Okay, 5th grade. Happy Wednesday, August 27th. Alert, there are 6 days left until the benchmark. So let's get serious and make each day count. Today's objective is I can explain how the garden impacted Curtis using compare and contrast. Now, impact. That means how the character is changed. So, anytime a character is impacted, they are changing. Compare and contrast. So, when we're impacting, showing how Curtis changes, we're going to compare and contrast him before and after he started working in the garden. So, I'm going to show you one Acer essay that I wrote about how Curtis compared and contrast in the reading that we did yesterday. So, for my A, I write, Curtis has been impacted by the garden because he doesn't show off his body, even though he used to. C, according to the text, Curtis says, I stopped working out and stopped going out with no shirt, no matter how hot it was. Notice that I used a sentence starter and quotation marks. E, this shows me that Curtis is no longer into his looks and is focused on his garden and Letitia. I explain the quote. And R, restate. I'm just restating what I said in the beginning. Therefore, Curtis has changed because he doesn't care about his muscles anymore. So that was my contrast paragraph. Now I have to write another paragraph comparing and showing how he stayed the same. So for my A, Curtis has stayed the same because he still cares about his ex-girlfriend Letitia. C, according to the text, Curtis says, we had us a real nice thing going. E, this shows me that Curtis is still thinking about his relationship with Letitia. And R, therefore, Curtis has stayed the same because he still loves Letitia. Now, right here, I wrote it with Acer on the side. But I don't need to always have Acer right next to my Acer response. I can put it all together in one paragraph.
Wow, that's crazy, Miss Lieber.
I know. I just took all my same sentences and I put them together so they're in one straight paragraph.
You know what? That looks like a high school level essay.
Yeah, it really does. And this is just the kind of essay you're going to be writing at the end of class today. So, turn your copy of Seed Folks to page 56 and follow along with Miss Holden as she reads the next part of Curtis's chapter.
All right, guys, we're at the top of 56. Those tomatoes got big as billiard balls. One day when I checked them, my biggest one, the one I'd been watching closest, was gone. The next day, another one was gone. It wasn't insects that took them. I was mad. They weren't even all the way ripe yet. My plants were right there by the sidewalk. I put chicken wire around them, and even on top, but people could still reach in if they tried. I couldn't guard them day and night. Then Roy showed up, just in time. You drop bread on the ground and birds come out of nowhere. Same with that garden. People just appeared. People you didn't know were there. Royce was like that, except that he didn't want nobody knowing he was there. One of the gardeners saw that her pile of grass clippings was all spread out, had a sort of human print in it. He'd been sleeping there nights and leaving early. One morning he slept late. I'm the one who found him. He was 15, black, built big, looked like I did. His face was banged up. Sam said his father did it and threw him out. He didn't want to go back. I bought him breakfast, and we made us a deal.
Okay, now you have one question to answer and then your practice will be over. So when you're finished with your question, close your Chromebook and raise your hand.